I had this coming in my 20 years of my gaming career, and how I went about it without touching a single RPG turn-based game is honestly beyond comprehension. It baffles even me. If it isn't Pokemon, then I haven't touched it. And I know I would get a lot of flack for this because Persona 5 is honestly one of the best turn-based RPGs out there. Everybody I've talked to, everybody and their mother loves it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't own it and I'm too lazy to go buy it. So with that being said, I played a different game. With me being a PC nerd and a Nintendo Switch nerd, I honestly didn't see any room for me to pick up a PS4, and I already do have a PS4. I just meant as in picking the PS4 back up again as a primary console. There's honestly no room for it. People love to watch, read, and overall go along with the ride of a story. It's a huge reason as to why gamers and games such as Dungeons and Dragons became such a hit sensation. Not only do you have the ability to disconnect yourself with reality, but you also get to create your own reality. You get to disconnect yourself, but you get to create overall friendships and stories. When friends come together to share their experiences in the campaign and how insane they would get, I get excited. You know, it makes me happy, makes me livid. So with that being said, I picked up a turn-based RPG. It isn't Dungeons and Dragons, yeah, I know, but it's something that can, you know, ease the pain of not being able to get together with friends during the whole current COVID situation. Nintendo Switch received Dragon Quest XI back in 2019. Definitely took me a while to pick that up. Why it took me that long? I don't know, beats me. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I'm a moron that doesn't know how to pick apart games. Good ones from the bad ones. I'm not kidding. When I was 12, I thought Sonic 06 was a banger of a game.
Well, then looks like we're gonna. Wait, there's no tornadoes. This isn't Arizona. What's happening? Sonic, where do you think you're going, you motherfucking. Oh, he's cockblocking me. Get him.
You're never gonna get me.
I thought Sonic 06 was a banger of a game, and I probably have the same horrible taste to this day, which is why I usually rely on social media or friends to tell me which games are good and which games are bad. This game would officially become my first turn-based RPG, and it reminds me of the times I played D&D, and it's what drives me heavily into indulging the story of Dragon Quest XI. The character and enemy art is designed by none other than Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama, if you aren't well versed in the weeb, which if you're on my channel I seriously doubt, he is the lead character designer for the ever so famous Dragon Ball Z series. It's super apparent as the lead protagonist looks like Trunks. The enemies bring me serious DBZ vibes. I mean, you seriously can't tell me that Morrigan doesn't look like Omega Shenron. They could be brothers for all I know. And my, by far, favorite enemy has got to go to the Little Lion Cubs. By far, Dragon Quest has been visually appealing. That's all I have to say about the visuals. It really appeals to me. Of course, it won't appeal to everybody visually, and so that's why we go into the gameplay and the story a bit. Dragon Quest XI has a simple anime premise. Defeat the big bad evil guy, followed up with what has to be the super common trope of fantasy adventure. But I personally have never played a game with that sort of trope, so to be completely honest, I felt like I was controlling a bare bones Dungeons & Dragons game. By bare bones, I'm referring to the fact that you can't choose the actions of which your character makes. Nonetheless, it's still a chunky game with tons to do, including gambling. I have never understood the intricacies of gambling and losing all your money and how addictive it could become until I saw the bunny girl outfit for Jade. I've never wasted so much money just for an outfit. I feel ashamed. Oh well, you and your 6 companions set out to fulfill your destiny as a luminary. Pretty much what the game refers to as plot armor, anime protagonists, which actually isn't just a title. Being a luminary comes with several benefits which are exclusive to the luminary. I also need to mention that this game has a story that has got me pretty fucking hooked. My absolute favorite character that I stumble upon during my adventure has to be the Sultan's son, Ferris. I know the intention for him was to be the weakest and helpless character, but to be completely honest, he was able to make me laugh several times. His helplessness makes me feel as if my first RPG character is supposed to be overpowered, and then the game says, hey, no, fuck you, you get shot down. It's super apparent because I reached the squid, this huge squid monster, and he was like, ha, so I heard you were being the superhero. Well, you. And then I died about like 6 more times. Yeah. I learned the true art of grind through that. Something that I should have learned during my playthrough of Genshin Impact. I have died to that squid more times than I have died in my entire campaign, driving me to the point to become prepared for upcoming battles. The true grind of true grinds, even though it's not the true grind, because I bet there's a game out there that has a better true grind. And then once I play that game, I only understand the true grind. So fuck off, Genshin. Fuck off. By the time I got to the first major plot point, if you don't know, then the first major plot point of the game is when you collect all of the gems that are required to get you to the top of Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil being the big tree, the tree of life that helps you throughout your quest and helps the luminary become, well, the luminary. It really doesn't shine how much it comes to showcasing the characters and how underlevel we are until we meet Morrigan in the tree of Yggdrasil. I realized I'm level 30 and he's extremely overpowered and I'm extremely underleveled and he can literally one-shot me. What a fucking god. There goes my gaming career. The character build-up of this game could use some work, if I'm going to be honest. Introductions of them aside, it really doesn't shine much when it comes to showcasing the characters, especially their arcs. The only characters that I found really interesting were none other than the Luminary himself, Jade, Sylvando, and Hendrik. Yes, I actually did say Hendrik. Why did I say Hendrik? Well, maybe it has to do with the fact that he, your basic premise Vegeta, and it was super apparent when he was like, well, I'm gonna defeat you because you're the big bad evil dude. Oh no, the real big bad evil dude took over my king. Now I'm gonna join you, even though I used to think you were the big bad evil dude. Yeah, no, that's my classic good guy. That's the classic evil guy turned good. And I really love that, especially with characters like Vegeta. But to be completely fair, he did have a valid reason, and he did get played pretty hard. So I don't blame him, and that's why I like Hendrik. If I were in that position, I believe that I would have done the same thing. You know, being hell-bent on chasing the big bad evil dude, and then being tricked into thinking that the big bad evil dude you were chasing was about to be defeated, only to find out that the real big bad evil dude was the one pulling the strings behind your own kingdom. So yeah, I understand. He's a poor dude. Blind fool. That doesn't excuse him for being a bad character. Okay, no, let me rephrase that. That doesn't excuse him for being a bad personality. Yes, let's go with that. Dragon Quest likes to play these little subtle story quirks with how they progress character development. Most prominent is when the Luminary gang split up after the fall of Yggdrasil. You get to play as 4 characters until you get back to playing as a Luminary. The characters that are in question are as follows: Sylvando, Jade, Eric, and Rab. Each one of them with their own subset story. Almost filler-like to their character progression. To be completely honest, only 2 of them out of the 4 hit me really hard enough to actually care. So I don't know if that means anything. It was Eric and Rab. Yeah, not Jade or Sylvando, surprisingly. It was Eric and Rab. It's pretty much a no-brainer at this point as to who are the worthy characters and well-beloved figures, as usually the ones to prove their worth are those characters. Well, these 2 have shown more than enough to show their worth. Rab shows us his kingdom ruled, and albeit it did bring me to tears, it was done in order to allow him to move on from his past. You know, the fall of Yggdrasil is something that, you know, held him back from reaching his full potential. Because of that, he's able to move on and completely hone his skills and prove that he can be a strong character on your team. It also proves that he is capable of defeating Morrigan. I like to get a little bit deep with my character analysis. So when it comes to personality and correlating it with strength, you know, especially team synergy, it plays a huge role for me. So I play games differently. Don't judge. Eric, on the other hand, man, oh man, do I have the best fucking boy of the year award for you guys. Eric has gone above and beyond once again to prove that he is worthy of your friendship. During his little sub-story, he awakens in the Sky Cell. You know, the ones that are shown in shows like Game of Thrones and Witcher, stuff like that. He wakes up in a Sky Cell and then receives aid from a lonely monster called Elijah. Little squid, tentacle, floats, it's a slime, half slime. But he goes on to escape the cell and run smack dab in the middle of the Demon Lord's territory. In short summary, he loses his memory, gains huge amount of power, and defeats I think it was a demon lord. I'm not sure what the spectral sentinel is. All I know is that it was very powerful. When I first saw it, nothing like it has brought me to tears in my life. What I believe to be a criminal in the ranks of my team is redeemed to a sacrifice that was absolutely amazing. I believe this is a solid RPG. Of course, I can't really base it off any other RPG because, you know, kind of already explained that already. The only RPG I know is Pokemon, turn-based wise. Of course, as a classic Cherry move, I haven't finished the game because I have a tendency of not finishing my games, but I didn't do anything. But you know, you get the point. I'm done. I just finished it. So between that last recording and this recording, it's been about 5 seconds. But you know, I completed the game within the span of those 5 seconds. So yeah, Jade is now officially Mrs. Cherry. I don't know how he's done it, but Toriyama has developed a character that has managed to mix polar opposites to make me fall absolute head over heels with Tomboy Princess. The I'm one of the guys e-girl, the pretty girl with combat knowledge, you know, the yeah, you know how I'm describing Jade. You do not want to mess with her. You know, she might look pretty and she might look helpless, but once you approach her, she can definitely most kill you. So if looks can kill would be the correct term for Jade. So I'll give my experience out of 10 points, probably like an 8. It wasn't perfect. You know, there's still some factors that I get tired of, like repeating music, background BGM, and tracks, which if you're playing a heavy game like that with random encounters that happen every so often, and it's not Pokemon, then the background music can be really, really annoying. It doesn't matter what kind of encounter. It could be a big bad evil guy or a small fry, and it be the same song or track, and it get on my nerves. But I overlook that because I sometimes play my games in mute because I multitask with anime and gaming, so it didn't ruin my experience that much. That would be all for today. You know, thank you for dropping by. My name is Penta Cherry. You can call me Dr. Penta because I'm not a doctor, but I am an evil surgeon. That doesn't make sense, but it will make sense. It will not make sense, but you get whatever. This has been Penta Cherry. I hope you're doing a lovely day. You already know how it is. You are the cherries. I am the Penta. And if you are looking to joining my Discord, go ahead and click the link down below in the description. Please leave a like if you liked this video and recommend it to other people. You know, the more people, the merrier. Have a wonderful day.